What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I am live with you in 10 million places. So let me get everything together. All right. All right. All right. All right. What's going on, y'all? I am back again for another weekly reflections. Um, but today I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram. So I'm gonna be here with it. I'm gonna be here with it. But just know we're all together. We're all in this. um Let me let some people get into the room. What does this do? Oh. Y'all, Instagram changes so much on a consistent basis that I don't be knowing what all these buttons are. I don't be knowing what all of these buttons are. So, let me see. Don't turn the volume up. All right. I think we're in there. I think we're where we need to be. All right. So I'm gonna get started because I have I'm going to meet with friends after this. Let's send this out to a few people. Let them know we're here. And all of that. I hope y'all had a good week, a great week. Um, right. All right. So let's get started because I gotta go outside after this. um, my name is Coach Mo. I'm a women's empowerment coach, your number one women's empowerment coach. I am the founder of Aspire Big, Inspire Bigger, and I empower healing women to rework their mindset and break through repetitive cycles while creating the life they deserve. That's who I am. That's what I do. And today, every Sunday, I'm doing a weekly reflection. So I'm reflecting a little bit on my week, and I also give a little assignment at the end. Last week, I gave a little assignment, and so we're just gonna go over it a little bit. But this week is gonna be a little bit more laid back. I wanted to start off with a bang because I wanted you guys to really reflect on some things, really be intentional about keeping tabs on your situations that you're going through throughout the week, your reactions to them, and how they're serving or not serving uh, you and what you want for your life. Now, I just want to FYI, y'all, I live in New York City, and for whatever reason, um, there's always an emergency. And the emergency always seems to happen when I am recording a video, going live, or whatever. So, you know, the sirens are a part of Inspire Big, Inspire Bigger's videos. Yep. Yep. Annoying. So last week we did a reflection, and what I asked for everyone to do was to, one, divide a piece of paper in three. So one, on the first fold, you're going to write down just occurrences that happen, anything that happened to you during the week. I got a bad fruit from the store. Second fold was you were going to say your reaction. What did you do when you got that, when that happened? Not how you felt, not what you thought about it, not your reasoning for doing what you did, just what was your reaction? And the third was that a positive reaction? And how can you reinforce that positive reaction and keep yourself doing those things? Or was it a negative reaction? Did you throw the fruit at the workers and say, y'all selling bad fruit, this is a food desert? Or and if you had that reaction and you know that's not the reaction that you want, you were then to write the better reaction that you would have wanted to have, and then you were going to research how to get to that place in your life where you react in the way that you would want to have reacted. So that was last week. For myself, I have one. Okay, and it's a little bit deep. So I felt offended by someone that's super close to me, and so I was offended by them, right? My reaction was to be introspective and see more than one side. And I reinforced that by speaking to a professional and letting them know the whole thing, and finding out if I was being helpful to myself, if that was a growing reaction, or if that was me just pushing things under the rug. Like I really wanted to assess my reactions. And I wanted a professional to tell me if I was bugging. And so when I spoke to the professional, they told me, no, this is super mature of you. You weren't pushing anything under the rug. You've let it be known, and you're not carrying it with you. You're not letting it be something that is a thorn in your side. You're moving on with life. Positive reinforcement. I reinforced to myself, I'm doing the right thing. The things I've been learning, the things I've been intentional about doing, about learning, the ways I've been intentional about being are paying off. Because when times get tough, I am using the skills and tools that I have acquired throughout the years in order to get to the result that I want. And I want to be as peaceful, as stress-free as I possibly can. Last week we learned extravasate. Extravasate is exude. I want to exude, or it's excrete. It's another word for excrete. So let out or exude. I want to exude peace and love and understanding. I don't want to exude anger, pain, holding on, right? Unforgiveness. I don't want to exude that. I don't want to extravasate that. So what I have been doing day in and day out is being intentional about how I react and how I process tomfoolery out here sometimes, because people really be tomfoolery. Okay? They really be a mess out here sometimes. And you have a right to be offended. You have a right to be upset. You have a right to be hurt by some of the things that people do to and around you. But you also want to grow past having that initial reaction that doesn't lead you to where you want to be. You know, that doesn't lead you to that happy person who you know, not that you put everything under the rug, but you let things out, you don't hold on to them, and you don't become bitter. That's really what you don't want to do, right? You don't want to become bitter. So today is a new day. It's a new reflection. So for anybody who worked on that assignment and who's not here with me in the live today, you'll see the replay. I will send me DM me how everything worked out for you this week. DM me and let me know if you worked on an assignment and what were the answers. What did you find? What revelations did you have? How did you handle things this week? What did you learn? What more can we do for this week coming up? DM me, let me know that. Okay, that's the assignment for this week. But the other part of this reflection is going into it's coming at the end of this week and starting a new week, and just saying to ourselves, how was our week of being intentional, and how we reacted to the situations in that moment. Also, I want you to describe your week in one word. My week in one word. I think I gotta find a word. I think I have to find a word. My week in one word. I don't know, y'all, because I have to be honest too. Not that I'm not intentional about taking in what's going on around me, but sometimes things be moving too fast. A week in one word. Let's think. I think that my week in one word. It fluctuated. So I don't know how to. My week in one word fluctuated. It was in flux. Let's see. It was. Dang, that don't sound good. I was about to say shifty. It wasn't shifty, not in a negative way. You know where I'm from. When somebody's shifty, they not sturdy, and they all over, and we can't trust them. My week had a lot of things going on. So I'll tell you what happened this week. This week for me, I got back on the ball. And when I say I got back on the ball, I mean I last week had a hard time getting to the gym, feeling strong. I felt so tired and drained and everything. And so this week that just passed was about me getting on the ball. So whatever I needed to do to get to where I wanted to be, I did it. Though I still felt just as tired, just as fatigued, just as weak, whatever I was feeling, I still did it. But I made changes. I made changes in order to get the results. So one of the things that I was doing was taking like pre-workout, but it was too strong. Pre-workout was too strong. So instead of taking a pre-workout, I took an energy drink, which is not as strong, right? Instead of putting myself, defeating myself before I got to what I wanted to do, I just changed my actions. I changed what I was starting my day off with. I changed how I was putting effort towards getting things done, right? So I had a wave of not feeling well, but then I found something to put in place to help my productivity. And it worked, right? Work was so busy this week. So I let myself be productive. I time blocked. I had things that I wanted to get done, but then because work was so busy, I think I work in the modeling industry, and so I think that there's shows going on. Y'all, I work in accounting. Okay. So sometimes we don't be knowing what's going on until it's going on. But anyway, there's shows going on. So it's super busy. So I just let myself, whatever was the priority was a priority. I did work. I had a couple of things that I wanted to handle for my business. Did I put them on a back burner? No. But did I stop work at a certain time like I usually do and then start working on my, business? No. Work got extended, so my business started later in the day. And I adjusted that way. And I got the top things done. And yesterday, instead of chilling, I was editing videos for 8 hours straight for my business, for my YouTube channel, for my, for my content, for all of that. And I just had to adjust that way. You know what I'm saying? I made do with what I had. So my week in one word was flexible. I'll change it to flexible. So I said fluctuate, and then I said shifty. I didn't like those words. Flexible. My week in one word. So you let me know what your week was. How was your week? If you could sum it up in one word, how was your week? Mine was flexible. Even though I was tired, I needed a nap about 2-3 times a day, but I got through it. I went and I did what I had to do. And during your week's audit, right now, when you're auditing your week, when you're thinking about what really happened this week, how did I handle what I was going through this week, or how did I handle such a great week? Like, what was my reaction? What did I feel? What was I doing? What do I want to do more of? Like that, what did you find out about yourself during your audit of this week? Doing your audit of last week? What did you find out about yourself? Hey, everybody, welcome to the room. This is Coach Mo. I'm a women's empowerment coach, and I do this weekly reflection of the week. That's it. And we just sit and reflect, and we process some things, because what we want to do is be intentional about who we are and how we're showing up in this world. And how we represent ourselves, for ourselves, right? Not just for everyone else, but for ourselves. Because it's important to build the character. It's important if we're healing, if we're growing, if we are understanding who we are, what we are. It's all about being intentional and all about auditing, right? So, so you audited yourself and you wanted to find out, and and you found out something about yourself this week, right? If you're being intentional, because there are a lot of people, I just want to say this. There are a lot of people that aren't used to being aware about their true surroundings and their reactions, and they're definitely not used to being intentional about how they're showing up in life, right? So this is not just for people who are already intentional. It might not be for people who are already intentional at all. This is for people who say, I didn't even know that was happening around me. I wasn't trying to be mean. I didn't realize how I was reacting to people. People who are there are people who really are oblivious about how they're showing up in this world, how they're tearing people down or tearing themselves down, all in the sake of thinking that I don't have any bad intentions. But you have to realize being intentional about who you are and how you show up in your life and how you act and react to this life is super important. So that's what this is about. These questions are for those people. These questions are for people who do like to reflect and want to ask themselves some more questions, some different questions, because there are those of us too we like to process a lot. Okay, so you did your audit this week of yourself, and you found out things about yourself. So the other question is, did you like what you found out? Right? Did you like what you found out about yourself during your weekly audit? Your weekly reflection of how you act, how you react, how you think about things, how you process things that are going on around you. Did you like it? Did you like what you found out? Do you still need more time to process some of the things? Because maybe you haven't come to a conclusion about if you like it or not yet. Keep processing. You know, do you need help to process through those things, or is it something that you can handle on your own? Because some of us are really good at self-soothing, and that's not a negative. That's not a negative. Some of us are not really great at handling their issues on their own, and those people, all of us, whether we're good at self-soothing or not, all of us can always use a helping hand, a sound ear, a sound mind to get to information that we're looking for, to close the gap from the research. You use so much time researching that you don't have any more energy to apply. So if you can get to somebody who already knows the answer and already knows the path and the method, why not use that? Why not use that to your advantage? Right? So we're just going through things that help us to audit our week, help us to reflect in a more fluid, in a more understanding way of ourselves. We need to give ourselves grace, but we also need to be intentional, right? So we said we audited ourselves this week, and we found out some things. We learned some things about ourselves this week. And I want to know, did you like what you found out about yourself? And if you didn't like what you found out, that's okay too, because now we're working on a process. But if you don't know, right? If you're still processing, that's okay as well. Keep processing, keep thinking, keep cleaning it out. Clean out all of the things that you need to clean out, to process through, right? Do you need help to process some of the things? If you need help to process some of the things, get the help that you need. Whether you need a life coach, whether you need a therapist, whether you need to talk to a trusted elder, somebody who has done the work themselves, okay? Trusted. Or can you handle it on your own? Have you searched through enough research and do you have enough understanding of self to work through this on your own? That's a positive. For the things you can handle on your own, how successful have you been with problem solving in the past, and what helped you to get there? Because knowing how successful you've been and what helped you get there will help you to use those tools this time, right? And you can build on your new habits and build on your confidence, your self-worth, your positive self-talk, your vision building. You can build on all of those things with the tools that you have acquired, right? And those questions should really, really help you gauge where you are in proximity to where you want to be. It might be here, it might be far out, but it might be here, and you didn't realize how close you were to in proximity to where you wanted to be, because you never did a thorough audit on your life. You know, like I said earlier, I work in accounting, and in accounting we have to get audited. We have to make sure that the processes that we're using on a daily basis are correct, right? Because if they're not correct, even if the job is getting done, if they're not correct, we are in danger of breaking the law, right? We're in danger of being taxed or getting a ticket or summons or whatever it is, for doing the job, but doing the job improperly. And how that can show up in your own life is you put your head down and plow through, but the lack of intentionality leads you to cutting off yourself emotionally from the process, which means that at the end of the process, when you found success, you can't even feel the joy. You can't emotionally attach to the fact that you yourself were the one doing the hard work and believing all this time. And then when you get there, you're detached. That's the way things look like in our life when we're not intentional, when we're not actively auditing over and over and over again. And then we have to pay a tax for that. I don't want us to pay a tax for that. So real quick, we are working on our weekly reflections. We're working on auditing our week. Last week, we had to work through some things. We wanted to test. I wanted to bring this kind of testing up to you guys because I do this for myself. So when something happens, what was it? What did I do as a reaction? And did I like that? Was that something I want to do for, every time that happens? Yes, great. Speak life into myself in that. Reinforce that. No, not so much. Process how I can do better. Right? So we worked on that. Those of you who worked on that assignment, DM me. Let me know your answers. Let me know what you found for yourself. And you can do that again this week. Obviously, it's something that you should do every day, every week. If you can. If you're working on being intentional, this is definitely a challenge that you can challenge yourself for, with and for this month, right? And then also I want you to ask yourself these questions for yourself. I want you to describe your week in one word, if you can. For me, the week was flexible, right? And I was trying to find something that signified that I was being flexible, but I ain't like that. I don't like that. But I couldn't really find a word without it sounding super negative. We said shifty. Shifty is no good. We're from New York. we need to be sturdy. Shifty sound, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds sneaky. That's not where I was at this week. I was not feeling sneaky or shifty. I was feeling sturdy. I was on the flex, right? I was flexing, but I was feeling a little stiff, right? So, but flexible, but it was tough. But anyway, so we described our week in one word, and then we asked ourselves a number of auditing questions. So during this week's audit, what did you find out about yourself? Second question is did you like what you found out? Right? Do you still need time to process what you were finding out? That's okay. Keep processing. Do you need help to process through the thoughts that you found out? Or did you do well with doing it on your own? And here's the important part. If you did it on your own, be intentional about making sure you document that process of how you did it on your own and how well it worked, because you're going to use it again. You're going to need to use it again and again and again. And so that is this week's reflection. Basically, audit. Keep on auditing. Keep on working towards the life that you truly desire. And keep putting yourself first in all that you can. If anything I said here resonates with you, I definitely want you to reach out to me. Okay? Ladies, I have a bi-weekly women's group called the Vast Community, where we do practical exercises like this. And these meetings are safe spaces, helpful women like you and I, that are dedicated to living our life to the fullest, right? So we all have blind spots in our life, and these blind spots can get us into a wreck, right? Those who drive know the blind spots. If you're not careful, you move wrong way, a whole wreck, car totaled, and you might be in rehab for the next 6 months, physical therapy for the next 6 months. You don't know, because of a spot that you couldn't even see. But the more you practice safe driving, right? Safe living, the more you are proactive with how you are interacting with the road and the other people in the other cars and all the things around you, the better driver you become, right? So that's what we're intentional about here at the Vast Community. So if that resonates with you, I want you to come hang out with us. Today, we are meeting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to join us, click the link in my bio and join us. The first 30 days are free to be a part of us. So you'll get a whole month worth of workshop. So that's 2 meetings and then 2 weeks where you're out doing what whatever assignment it is, and getting feedback and all of those things, and seeing changes for yourself. So that's one way of working with me. Another way of working with me is one-on-one coaching. And in order to do that, you can just book a call with me, and we can see if it's a good fit, right? So we're working on those same things on a more one-on-one custom level. And some people, the group thing is not for them, but the one-on-one is really effective. So I have that available. So I want you all to aspire big so that you can inspire bigger. And what that means is go for the gold. Go for the best. For the gold, for the plat, no. Y'all, go for the highest that you want to go for. And when you do that, keep in mind that there are people who are looking up to you who will do the same because they saw you do that. All right? So aspire big so that you can inspire bigger. All right? That's what that means. That's what this whole thing is about. Doing your best so the people who come behind you and who look up to you know that they can do the same. All right? Yeah, have a great week. I will see you next week. We will be reflecting on our week again. And I can't wait to see how your week went. Hit me in my DM and let me know what your reflection was and what your audit of this week was. Later, y'all.